talk about two things. One that happened, it's Sunday. One that happened Friday night. And that I mentioned in a description. Well, like the first part of the night, there was a video, and then like I stopped it when we were all going up to this like area. And then I said in the description that there's going to be more details in future videos. But today, this video is not going to be just focused on that. It's going to be focused on my past relationship that happened in February. Okay, so Friday night, I don't know exactly how to explain this. Like, I might film some of it for the next one that happens, but the next one is going to be, like, there's no set date. It's just it's between the last week of July and the first week of August to set people off for school. But, they want us to go, but we're afraid that it's gonna, like, we don't know when summer camp is, so we're afraid that it's gonna be while we're in summer camp. So let's just hope it's not. It was a youth, like, worship night thing. Yeah. It was really fun. Like, our group that we were with, like, there was a group chat, and, like, everyone was excited about it. It was two different cars, and then the cars got switched, like, at the end. I was still in the same car with Shannon, but, the last person got switched. But I have a video of the first person. Laser was with us in the drive there. I have a video of it because, like, the traffic was left. But, like, that night, it got switched, and then we dropped her off, and then Elizabeth off. And then I was just randomly in the car. Like, music was playing that I knew. I was singing, like, softly. And one of the leaders complimented. So it was like, dude, like, you should try out for the worship team. And I was like, I'm already in a, like, choir separately. And she was like, with Isla? And I was like, no, me and Isla go to different schools. I'm in the choir in Davis. She's like, oh, and I was like, yeah, I recently performed at the Mondavi Center, but, like, there's a YouTube video on it, like, from December. So that happened, but, Friday night, I did some firsts. So we got told to, like, spread off into our own group, like, we came with our own group, and then we were told to pray with our group. So we did, and then we did, like, the circle thing, and it was my first ever, like, pray circle thing. And Shannon was like, you did that before? And I was like, yeah, I've done that before. We went, usually when we do the pray circle, whatever, it's one person does it. I've never done it in my whole entire life because I have anxiety. But I did it for, like, the first time on Friday night. It was meh. But, I kind of was like, because we did it circle, so, like, everyone had to go. And it just ended up being that. It didn't get called off like that. It just started like that. So I didn't know. I was like, great. So I had to say something. I was like, yeah. It was awesome. I turned into a T-Rex. I was jumping like this at the very end. It was a song called I Thank God where we ended it off. And I knew it. Yes, but I learned a lot of other songs. Hold up. I've heard them in the past. There's a whole document on it. Rest on Us, I Thank God, I Speak Jesus, Gratitude, Never Lost, and a whole much more. Yeah. So, like, we went off, and then we went back, and there was a message, and then we got told to go find people we didn't know, and then pray with them. And it was like, the thing is, there's two people in our group that hate people, aka me and Alex. So, like, my whole half of the group, like, stayed together, and we found two other people, and we did that. Yeah, and we have each other's Instagram, too. But, like, I don't know how to explain to that. Like, I do know one thing. I've, like, changed since I was very young. I'm okay with opening up about these things. My father was like, did you have fun today? I was like, yeah, because he wanted to text me when I was home because they were dropping us off at home. Oh, okay, so, like, this is gonna change my whole entire emotion if I talk about this. Okay, so I had a girlfriend. It still played off. It still plays, like, off as that I still do, but then I don't. Everyone else says it, not me, but my friend group does, even though that they know what's happening, they know what happened, all that. Short story short, both of us were asexual, still am. You can literally look up the definition. I just put these two pieces together, like, after breakup or whatever. Asexual means that you don't want any sexual contact at all. Because I just put it as that because I wasn't ready, because we all know what happened to me in 2020. I'm not ready, still not. That's all she wanted to do during the whole relationship thing. And then she kept saying asexual, like, men, like, that's the urge to have sex, and it's like, she's like, you know it, you know the urge, and I'm like, but that's not what asexual means. Well, okay, 2 days later, well, no, correction, the next day, she pretty much walked me, like, across, like, from our school. Okay, so our school is here. Okay, so my school is here. And then you, like, walk that way, walk that way, walk that way. Somewhere around there is Shannon's school. She literally lives right across from Shannon's school, but instead she walked me all the way around, like, the long way. And I'm like, you know, like, you went the, like, long way to your house. And she's like, oh, well, in walking it's faster. I said driving. She said walking. And I'm like, well, walking and driving, it's the same distance, first off. Second off, no, and drive, like, I was like, bro, whatever. We went across town and around to get to her house, when we literally could have just done this. Yeah, so, now I want to say this. Both my relationships, my first ever relationship, I don't even count as a relationship. So we never account that. But, this human, my last, knew what happened in the past to me. The 2020 incident. And then she kept trying to play it off like nothing happened. She was like, okay. But then again, tried forcing it on me. As the X word. It's like, I can't do it. And she's like, when will you be ready then? I was like, I don't know when I'll be ready. That's a question you won't know. And she just kept pushing it on and on and on. There's things about that she found out. That she found out the fact that when I first started my YouTube channel, well, first off, she knew I had a YouTube channel. And she, found out that I did a face reveal, like, when I first did my YouTube, and she was like, yeah, I wouldn't do that, and I was like, okay, you wouldn't do that. That doesn't stop me from not doing it. Whatever you do, it's... Then again, I had a whole entire YouTube channel for 6 years, and I never posted a video or showed my face on it, which had my full name on it. So no, actually not my first video. And second, she found out that I got death threats. The first month I started my YouTube, she was like, I wouldn't do it then. I wouldn't do it anymore then. I ignored it, and she's like, I still wouldn't do it. And I'm like, excuse me? I felt uncomfortable with that. Sure, she walked me across town. Like, by Nugget, which was nowhere near her house. She took me down. She's like, I need to tell you something. I'm like, okay. It was a whole entire talk thing, which made me pissed. Like, I didn't show it there, but like, it was so uncomfortable that I was just, okay. Okay, so she went on and on